Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from group 6 and now I will explanation the material about model auxiliary, dually classified verb, general concept, auxiliary verb, mode and modality. Modal auxiliaries. There are two inflectional properties that distinguish the modal auxiliaries from all other verbs. They also share a purely syntactic property that distinguish the prototypical ones from nearly all other verbs. A. Lack of secondary inflectional form. Modal auxiliary must work late tonight. Not modal auxiliary I have to work late tonight. Primary form. Modal auxiliary will must work late. Not modal auxiliary I will have to work late. Plain form. Modal auxiliary I am musting work late. Not modal auxiliary I am having to work late. Gerund participle. Modal auxiliary I've often must work late. Not modal auxiliary I've often had to work late. Past participle. No distinct third singular agreement form in the present tense. I must leave now. I have to leave now. First singular subject. She must leave now. She has to leave now. Third singular subject. She bare infinitival complement. The prototypical modal auxiliaries take a single complement with the form of a bare infinitival clause. Nearly all other verbs that select infinitival complements take the two infinitival kind. Here again we can note the contrast between must and have in 20 until 21. There are some verbs that take bare infinitival. One is help, as in we helped, was up. But very few. There is also one verb that qualifies as a modal auxiliary by criteria A until B, but takes for must speakers and in it infinitival with two. This is ought as in ought to be more careful. Dually classified verb. A few verbs belong to both auxiliary and logical verb classes, exhibiting auxiliary behavior under certain circumstances and logical verb behavior elsewhere. The main ones are do, have, and dare. 1. Do. Dummy do is an auxiliary, but in other use, example in she did her best, etc. Do is a logical verb. 2. Have. Have is always an auxiliary when it marks perfect tense, where it normally adjusts with a following past participle. 3. Need. Need behaves as an auxiliary, a modal auxiliary, when it has a bare infinitival complement, avoid or understood. 4. Dare. Auxiliary dare, again a modal, is very much like auxiliary need, in that it adjust in only in non-affirmative context and takes a bare infinitival complement. 1. Do without dummy do. A. Does she her best with dummy do? B. Does she do her best? 2. Have auxiliary usage. Have you told her? Lexical verb usage. Do you have told her? Auxiliary usage. Has he enough money? Lexical verb usage. Does he have enough money? Auxiliary usage. Have I to second both form? Lexical verb usage. Do I have to second both forms? Auxiliary usage. Has he a fit when you do that? Lexical verb usage. Does he have a fit when you do that? 3. Need auxiliary usage. Need we tell anyone? Lexical verb usage. Do we need to tell anyone? Auxiliary usage. She need to go. Lexical verb usage. She doesn't need to go. Auxiliary usage. Needs she any help? Lexical verb usage. Does she need any help? 4. Dare auxiliary usage. I daren't tell anyone. Lexical verb usage. I didn't dare to tell anyone. Auxiliary usage. Dare they accept her challenge? Lexical verb usage. Do they dare to accept her challenge? Auxiliary usage. No auxiliary counterpart. Lexical verb usage. She had dared to contradict him.
The grammatical concept of auxiliary verb. The grammatical properties outlined in S3. 1. Serve to distinguish an auxiliary verb from lexical verb in English. There are many languages, however, that have auxiliary verb, so we need to shift focus at this stage and consider what is meant by auxiliary verb as a general term. General definition of auxiliary verb can be given along the following lines. Auxiliary verb from a small subclass of verb whose members are characteristically used to mark tense, aspect, mood, or voice. These categories are also often marked in language by inflection, so auxiliary verbs tend to convey meaning which elsewhere are expressed by inflection of the verb. The subclass of verbs in English with the distinctive properties conquering inversion and negation clearly satisfies this general definition. Most members of the class do serve to mark tense, aspect, mood, or voice. As all in, auxiliary verbs have categories: perfect tense. Example, Sue has written the preface. Auxiliary verb B, progressive aspect. Sue is reading the preface. My, can, must, age is mood. So may write the preface. Auxiliary verb B, categories mark, passive voice. Example, the preface was written by Sue. What is meant by the general term tense, aspect, mood, and voice will be explained as we describe this category for English. The full set of verb for comprise the modal auxiliary listed in modal is the adjective corresponding to the category mood. Modality is about a speaker's or a writer's attitude toward the word. A speaker or writer can express certainty, possibility, willingness, obligation, necessity, and ability by using modal words and expression. Speakers often have different opinion about the same thing. These speakers are looking at the same thing. Modal verbs. Here are the main verbs we use to express modal meaning. Core modal verbs can, could, may, might, will, shall, would, should, must. Semi-modal, dare, need, ought to, used to. Other verbs with modal meaning have got to, be going to, and be able to. Modal words and expression. There are a number of other words and expression in English apart from the main modal verbs, which also express modal meaning. Here are some examples. Modal verb. Non-example, there is a possibility of snow this evening. Modal verb. Adjective. Example, it's clear that the Prime Minister is worried about education. Adverb. I'm certainly not fed up with it.